Yo, 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 what is up, everybody? Coach Chad here, CEO of the Next Level Coaching Academy, CEO of Chad Molyneux Fitness, and also the creator of the Chad Molyneux Fitness. Wow, this is not the Chad Molyneux Fitness podcast. Wow, it has been a long day, guys. I'm not going to restart. We're just going to roll. It is called the Fit CEO podcast by Chad Molyneux. And if you guys tuned in on the last one where I talked about how I always wear my 10X shirt, funny enough, I was wearing it. I sat down. I was about to record this podcast, and I was like, there's no way that I can have this shirt on again. So I went and put on a different shirt that I actually got from one of our clients. But anyways, what we're going to be talking about today, guys, we're going to be talking about money mindset. And we're going to be talking about the pursuit of money. And you know what? I'm just going to dive right in because I'm freaking ready. I'm passionate about this topic. And here's why I'm so passionate about this topic. One, improving my money mindset and the pursuit of money in the best way possible has changed my life. And what I've noticed, right, because we've coached over 600 coaches now in the Next Level Coaching Academy, what I've noticed is that not enough business coaches are talking about this, and not enough business coaches are trying to solve this problem. A lot of coaches have really, really poor money mindsets. And that is the reason why they're afraid to charge money or raise their prices. And that's the reason why they're afraid to scale and hire and grow their business. And that's why they feel so weird about sales. It really has nothing to do with lack of strategy or, I'm a little bit fearful, or some say imposter syndrome. Sure, all of those things play a part. But I really think the root of the issue is a poor money mindset. And I could speak for myself, and I'm sure I could speak for many other people listening to this podcast right now. I didn't come from the best money background. My parents didn't make a lot of money. We lived in we were probably lower middle class. I wouldn't say we were poor, but I wouldn't say we were well off either. My dad had to work basically most days. He would take some Sundays off, but he would work 7 days a week. He owned his own landscaping company. It was a smaller deal, worked his ass off. I used to work with him on some summers, and it's digging holes, and it's not really fun stuff, right? And my mom also had to work as well, so both parents had to work. I had two other brothers, I saw it all. Cutting every coupon, trying to get a little deal, scoffing at the ticket when we're eating dinner together. Chad, money doesn't grow on trees. The whole nine yards. My first car that my parents got me when I was super young was like $500, and they're like, we wish we could do better, but this is all we got. And funny enough, I'll tell the quick story about my first car. The first car I got was bought from a homeless person. My dad bought it. I think it's great now, looking back on it in hindsight 2020. At the time, I was just distraught. I was like crying. I was so upset. But looking back on it, it's kind of funny. My dad bought my first car from a homeless person, and he said, here you go, clean it out. Because I opened the door, and you can imagine, it was freaking disgusting. This guy lived out of his car. It was just really nasty, and I had to clean it out. But I'm very grateful. I know I'm going off on a tangent, but I'm very grateful for where I came from, because I think it instilled a lot of really good values in me. Now, one of the not so good values was my money mindset, right? So I was able to improve my money mindset. We're going to talk about how to improve your money mindset in this podcast. I'll give you guys I have 5 things written down here that I'll give you actual action items on what you need to do. But just know this. If you can improve your money mindset as a coach, and you can do it early and often in your online coaching career, or any career, maybe if you're not a coach and you're listening to this, if you could just improve your money mindset right off the bat, you are going to see success so much faster than if you neglect it. If you neglect your money mindset and you say, well, my skills will make up for it, or my coaching is so good, it's going to make up for it, I promise you it's not going to make up for it, because you're always going to come back to that poor money mindset, to that broke money mindset. And it's going to prevent you from doing the things that we talked about, increasing your prices, scaling your business, right? It's going to prevent you from doing a lot of things. It's going to prevent you from reinvesting in your business. It's going to prevent you from, bringing in and purchasing awesome softwares, buying a new computer, all the things that we need to do to improve our business. It's going to prevent you from doing these things. So if you get anything from this podcast, And you're going to get a lot from this podcast. But if you get anything from this podcast, it's improve your money mindset early and often. It was the thing that for sure propelled me. It was something I realized early and often that I needed to improve my money mindset. Thankfully, I had a mentor that told me that, and I dove full force into fixing that thing. And I'm going to give you, once again, the 5 actionable steps of the things that I did in order to improve my money mindset. And I think they're pretty general. I think most people will see benefit if they follow the same steps that I did. Okay. So, in order to improve your money mindset, I think it's first important to understand what even is money and where did money come from. So we're gonna go back in time a little bit. So back in the day, think like pilgrim. Let's think about the pilgrims, right? Once again, I don't know much about history, but I do know a little bit about the history of money. So back in the day, we didn't actually have money, right? We exchanged goods, we exchanged services. It was basically bartering, right? At some point, we were even exchanging seashells, and that was our currency, right? But let's just say we were bartering, right? So you're a pilgrim, I'm a pilgrim, and I want your, let's say, batch of bananas that you have, right? Let's say you have 30 bananas, and I'm like, I'm going to give you 1 gallon of water for your 30 bananas. It's an exchange of value, right? Then the other person on the receiving end needs to decide if that exchange of value is worth it. Is giving up my 30 bananas worth his or hers 1 gallon of water? That is where money came from, right? Obviously, now we're not bartering bananas and gallons of water. Now we've put that concept behind a piece of paper. And the piece of paper is essentially meaningless, right? We decided the value of that piece of paper, just like we decide if that gallon of water is valuable or more valuable than the stack of bananas. That's where money came from. It's an exchange of value. It's saying, I'm going to pay $100 for this dinner because I deem this dinner to be worth 100 of these pieces of paper. That's it. That's as simple as it is, right? And a lot of times, because we have poor money mindsets, we think of money as like, I don't know, we just get scared of it, right? But at the end of the day, it's just an exchange of value, and it's really just a piece of paper, right? And this one always helps me whenever I'm in a poor money mindset situation, and I always come back to this. Money inherently can't be bad. Money doesn't have feelings. Money doesn't have thoughts. Money isn't actually alive. The only thing that could be bad is the people operating money, right? We're told as kids that money is the root of all evil. Money doesn't grow on trees. Money's bad for this reason. Money's bad for that reason, right? Money can't be bad. Like I said, it literally cannot be bad. A piece of paper, just like if you're watching this video, just like this water bottle. This water bottle can be bad, but the person operating this water bottle can be bad, right? This is a squirt water bottle. I can choose to squirt this water bottle in somebody's face. Therefore, the water bottle, once again, still isn't bad, but the person operating this water bottle, squirting the water into somebody's face, is inherently bad. It's the same thing with money. Money can't possibly be bad. It's only what people choose to do with the money that makes that person bad. And money is an accelerator. Money makes you more of what you are. If you are a good person and you make more money, you will be an even better person because you can donate more money to charity. You can help people out, right? You can do more because you have more resources. Same thing if you're bad. If you are a bad person and you make more money, you will probably be worse. You probably will be greedier. I don't know, maybe you get into some illegal stuff, right? Money is literally just an accelerator. It cannot actually physically be bad. Money itself cannot actually physically be bad. Only the person operating it. So if you are a good person, which I think you're a good person, I hope you're a good person, right? If you're listening to this, I hope you're a good person, then the pursuit of money is not bad. Because if you're pursuing money and you're a good person, inherently you are going to do more good things with more money. And if you are pursuing money and you are a bad person, you are going to do more bad things. The likelihood of you doing more bad things with that money is much higher. And I'm going to share a quick story with you because this is what inspired this podcast in the first place. The other day, I bought something for my parents. I'm a little emotional about this because it's something that I've always wanted to do. Part of the reason that I've always wanted to be wealthy and grow a successful business is to be able to give back to my family. Oh man, I'm actually starting to tear up a little bit. I always wanted to give back to my family. Sorry. Because they're the shit. They're the reason that I've been able to be very successful. And the values and the morals that they've instilled, I'm forever grateful for. So what I decided to do the other day is I called my mom, and they've wanted this wood fire stove for a while in their house. Like, they didn't want a fireplace anymore. They don't really want to heat the house anymore, but they want this, I think it's called the wood fire stove, right? Where you feed it logs and it warms up the whole entire house. And I was going to get it for them for Christmas, and they said it would be about $3,000. And I was like, all right, I'm going to get this for them. And I called my mom the other day and I said, hey, do you have my checkbook at home? Sometimes my mom writes checks for me because my accountant is still back home and I don't want to ship the check. So she'll take the check to the accountant. And she said, yeah, I had the checkbook at home. I said, okay, cool. I want you to go down to it. And she went down to it and she's like, okay. I was like, all right, we'll open it up and write yourself a check for $3,000. And she goes, what is this for? And I said, I want to buy you guys the wood oven, or I'm butchering the word, but wood stove or wood oven, whatever it's called. And obviously, she said, you don't have to do this. Why are you doing this? And it felt really good to say that I'm doing this. I'm going to get emotional again. I'm doing this because I want to give back to you. And I want to be able to thank you for the 25 years of parenting and instilling good values that have led me to this point in my life. And she got emotional, and I'm also getting emotional again right now. And it was really good. And it reassured me that the pursuit of money is not bad. It's only bad if you're a bad person, because you can do a lot more when you have more resources. Going back to the pilgrim analogy, you could do a lot more with a lot more bushels of bananas, right? You become more valuable. You have more choices. There's more things that you could do. And if you're a good person, you can do more good things with money. And that was reinstated to me only a couple of weeks ago when I signed that check for my parents to be able to get that. And it felt really good. And that's what's inspired me to make this podcast. All right. So before I get too sappy and too emotional, let's dive into the 5 things that you guys need to do in order to improve your money mindset. And this is, I'm dating all the way back to day 1 of coaching. These are the things that I started to do. And these are the things that I continue to do on a daily, consistent basis, because improving your money mindset, just like improving anything, like improving your strength and building muscle, right? It requires discipline and it requires consistency. So these aren't things that are going to take you that long either. All these things are really quick, easy things that you can do. All right. So number 1, look at your bank account every single day. Okay. And this activity should be uncomfortable. It should be uncomfortable. Why? And why do I say look at your bank account every day? Because if you look at your bank account every day and it makes you uncomfortable to do so, you are going to find ways to increase that thing, right? It's impossible. If you look at it, get uncomfortable, the likelihood of you saying, well, I'm not going to go work today, or I'm not going to do this extra task today, or I'm not going to take this extra sales call today, just seems ridiculous to me, right? If you're looking at the bank account and you're uncomfortable with what you see, you're probably going to do more things in order to increase that bank account. So that's something that I still do to this day. I just look at it every single day and I say, hey, this is where I want it to go. And this is where it's at currently. Number 2, stay broke, not poor. What do I mean by that? So this is something that I learned from Grant Cardone. So stay broke, not poor. Poor means you're poor. There's nothing there, right? Broke is different. So you can make yourself broke and not actually be broke. And that's what Grant is talking about. So when I write myself a check every month from NLCA, right? My payout for NLCA, what I'll do is, I'll figure out the taxes. So I'll multiply the amount I made that month by the tax percentage, right? And then I'll take that amount, I'll put it inside of my tax account. So boom, that money's not mine. That's the IRS's. It's in my tax account. From there, I'll take 10% of that amount after taxes, and that will go into my personal spending account. So that's what I pay for rent. That's what I pay for food. That's what I pay for extracurricular activities. 10%. That's it. 10%. And then I take the rest and I put that in a savings account that I don't touch. So that is what I mean by make yourself broke, not poor. You're taking the money that you just made. Some of it goes to the IRS. It's not you. A lot of it goes to a savings account, and a very small percentage, for me, it's 10%. That's the number that I chose. It's not what I'm recommending. I mean, if you want to follow my model, that's fine. But it's what works for me, right? So 10%, and then I live off of that 10%. And then the rest just compiles in a savings account that I never touch. That's what I mean by make yourself broke, not poor. And why is this so important? It's important because it's giving you the illusion that you are broke. It's giving you the illusion, oh, I only have this much money to spend. I better make more, right? And that's what you want. You want to put that a little bit of pressure on yourself to continue to work every single day. It's what's worked for me. Not saying it's going to work for you, but it's what's worked for me. All right. So that's number 2. Number 3, listen to podcasts daily of people that make a lot of money. Reason being is usually the people that we hang out with every day, they have really poor mindsets around money. They don't like talking about it. They don't talk positively about it. And that, whether we like it or not, is going to get imprinted into our brain. Now, the way that I decided I was going to reverse this is, okay, instead of me trying to find a bunch of friends that talk good about money, which did come eventually, I said immediately I could tap into podcasts. I could tap into YouTube. I could listen to people that talk about money positively. So I found really successful entrepreneurs that I enjoy listening to, Grant Cardone, Andy Frisella, to name a few. And I would just tap into their podcasts. Even if they didn't talk about money in the podcast, just listening to their voice, right? These are people that make a lot of money, and just listening to how they think, listening to how they speak was fixing my money mindset. So that's number 3. Number 1, we have look at your accounts daily. Number 2, stay broke, not poor. Number 3 is listen to podcasts of people that, make a lot of wealth and talk good and positive about money. Number 4 is money targets. So every single day, and I still do this, every single day I write down, I must make X per year. I must make X per quarter. I must make X per month. I must make X per week. These numbers are 10 times the amount of what I'm actually making. So I'll take what I'm actually making, I'll multiply each of those numbers by 10. So what I make per year, what I make per quarter, what I make per month, what I make per week, and I'll multiply each of those numbers by 10. And then I'll write down every single morning that is what I need to be hitting. Reason I do that, just writing down targets, writing down, you're talking about money by writing it down, right? That's the thing. If you want to get better about weight loss, if you want to get better about relationships, if you want to get better about sales, if you want to get better about anything, you have to immerse yourself in it. So that has helped me, writing down those targets on a daily, consistent basis. And then lastly, and this one takes time. Have people in your life that aren't afraid to talk about money, and quite honestly, enjoy talking about money, right? They enjoy talking about their wins. They enjoy talking about whatever it is that they just bought. They enjoy talking about the good that they do with money, right? So this takes time. It took me, if I started in 2015, moved in Austin 2019. So it took me about 4. Wow. It took me about 4.5 years to find friends that talked about money positively. I didn't even realize that's a long fucking time. But those 4.5 years, I had to improve my own money mindset first before I could find people that had an equivalent or better money mindset than me. But that's the last tip that I'm going to give you guys, is find people that aren't afraid to talk about money, aren't afraid to celebrate wins. this is what I really respect actually about the Next Level Coaching Academy. Like our actual program is our clients aren't afraid to talk about money. And if they are, we get them out of their shell. If you look into our group, everybody's sharing their wins, they're sharing their targets, they're celebrating things that they've purchased with their money. On top of obviously celebrating client success of theirs. It's just a very, very positive community. And I didn't even think about it, but it's one of the things that we do to help our clients with money mindset is every single call we start with, what are your wins? And we just get them into that mindset. But I can go on a tangent about this podcast. I think we covered a lot. At the end of the day, the pursuit of money is only bad if you are a bad person, and the pursuit of money is good if you are a good person. Thank you guys for listening. If you guys enjoyed this, screenshot it, tag me up, post it on social. I love to see it. Hope you guys have a great day, and we'll talk soon. Peace.